Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a full, blessed Thanksgiving. I'd like to share some more of my thoughts and poems with you. The first one is He have the drive for sustainability to better America. George W. Bush was the disaster to America and us American people. Open your damn eyes and see. President Obama did not create 8 years of George W. Bush's bringing America's economy down and us American people. If it wasn't for President Obama, our asses would be totally, you hear me? I said totally dragging the ground. Hateful people do not want you to do good or prosper. Hateful people stay in your way. Hateful people want to cut everything for you while they prosper. A group of millionaires went to the White House November the 16th, 2011, begging, they were truly begging the Republicans to tax them more. And a few Republicans either looked at them oddly or brushed them off as obsolete. That's a shame. I was listening to a businessman yesterday, and he brought out a warning. He said there will be riots very soon because of this economy. He said there will be martial law, arrest. He said milk will go up, bread will go up. Of course, gas goes up and down, it fluctuates. He said the banks will close within the next 12 months. The value of the money will be less. He said you'd wake up one morning and the dollar will be worth 10 cents. There are about 50 million Americans who are on food stamps. He's saying put your money in different assets. Would you believe Congress is highly paid for failure? Both parties are guilty, the Republicans and the Democrat. Especially when George W. Bush was in there, although the Democrats aren't doing what they need to be doing either. Yesterday, NASA launched another spaceship to Mars to collect rocks and dust. While people here are suffering, they are still wasting money going out in space. How ridiculous. To bring back rocks and dust. Terrible. I just wrote this last night. And the title of this is This is What God Said. God said, treat your neighbor as you treat yourself. God said, grow and raise your own food. Don't depend on no one else. God said, stop being a fool. God said, you're letting this government and system use you as a tool. God said, stand up for your rights. God said, we've got to make the wrong right. God said, there are too many poor people in the world. God said, stop the greediness and hatefulness. This will be a better world. God said, the haters will be dealt with one by one. God said, he is not going to put up with evilness any longer. God said, he's making the poor and the deprived much stronger. God said, if you lawmakers don't stop your ways, God said, you're in your last days. God said, he's going to take the haters out. God said, then everyone can shout. God said, people stand up. God said, people stand up for your rights. God said, people stand up. God said, they're cutting everything you need. God said, stand up, people. God said, stand up now. God said, stand up for your survival. God said, stand up, people. God said, stand up now. God said, stand up, people, for your rights. Did you hear me? Stand up for your rights.